Focus down into one match up against Team Liquid, where, again, I think the desk was talking about this map pool here, and it really feels like they banned out the strengths of each other, but aren't necessarily able to pick maps into their strengths either.
Let's see how this one goes. We haven't seen a Yoru be picked up in this one, but at least we've got a bit of neon action coming over from Kushin. It's Kiko first up, looking to move onto this left-hand side, and he has been able to walk through without too much damage inflicted towards him. Now, Team Liquid are looking to back him up, but not before they want to inflict some more pressure towards this B side. Maybe more BBL defenders can be prompted to move further backwards. Kiko isolated, not stunned up though, and crucially being able to shoot his gun up against Kushin. Arizi also having a hard time. Team Liquid might even want to transition into B.
Yeah, they shift on over. You see this position from Nats in the smoke.
Huge. And Para didn't have a chance on that. 2 players now for BBL.
Last player standing.
We make that just down to 1, right? Brave not even able to get the flank off of Kiko, and a clean round here for Liquid to start things off. This team has looked progressive throughout this season. They had a bit of a difficult start with their identity. We've really seen them come to life as the season has gone on, but it still hasn't been quite enough. We have to remind ourselves that Team Liquid, this was a team that used to be the kings of EMEA last year, and they've fallen from grace a little bit in that sense.
One enemy remaining.
But I want to take the time now to talk a little bit about the difference in the agent pool. You love to see that Yumpy is starting off. Very excited here in that Andalusia Flawless.
And yeah, of course, this round will be a bit of a buffer here for BBL Team Liquid, but yeah, you're right. This is sort of the period where they need to prove themselves again.
That is it, and I feel like we're pretty surprised to see Yumpy actually back onto the breach, not on that Yoru, and be on that more supportive role when he did make such a big difference, had so much impact last time around on Lotus. But I do wonder if it's maybe a bit of a counter play, knowing that BBL is such an aggressive, explosive team that they wanted to have a little bit more of that control with the fault line, be able to counter some of those pushes a little bit better. But I'm curious to see how that kind of changes the plan here for Liquid after a very different approach last time around.
Our Team Liquid looking to go in explosively. Kiko this time finds some upper ground to work with. It's changing the pace a little bit. BBL not really wanting to go in aggressive, looking to group up actually. It might be their best chance in finding some damage here. And does want to get the spike down, relieved of his calling duties. We'll be looking an eye out on him, seeing if he'll be doing some more damage, as he has been trending recently as well. As Kiko will stick around, not yet able to find his mark. Actually, BBL are able to find a kill. Get the Bulldog out of Kiko's hands. It might be doable, but Enzo is doing quite a lot with his ghost to assist Kiko in that frontline endeavor. Team Liquid, 2 rounds consecutive, haven't dropped a player.
No, and another Andalusia Flawless here for the side of Team Liquid. Again, looking very good, very comfortable for Team Liquid to start things off. A very different pace from what we're used to seeing from them in those early rounds as well. Of course, in this last one, it's a little bit different. They're on that anti-eco. They have that ability to know, okay, we have the advantage. Let's just take the fight to them. But it's a very vast difference from when we saw Enzo calling, where the rounds were much slower paced. We would see this team run out of that time every once in a while.
And I wonder if that was one of the key reasons why they did go for this little change, see if that pace change is something that helps this Team Liquid side. Obviously, players like Nats, Yumpy, they've been on the biggest stages before. Not going to take away from Mystic and Enzo either, but there's a bit of a pace change here for Kiko as he was the front line onto this B-side attack. Now, BBL might be able to pincer into this quite well. The stun can be quite the good one, especially if BBL are able to answer back like that. Kushin sees an aftershock in front of him and doesn't care a bit, goes back into the fray as Team Liquid look to pivot.
Yeah, but Yumpy, the only one with a rifle is the one left on that lurk towards that B side, but they're going to actually look to regroup, sync back up.
Yumpy, the catalyst perhaps. Find another and maybe feasible for BBL to transition Kushina. Here's the next one, a contestation actually. This time, Brave will be grouping up. No paranoia available for them this time around. Team Liquid rethinking their options here. And they're bunched up together to go for this B-side hit. BBL have grouped up themselves. Brave finds an off angle. Yumpy no more. Big kill. And Team Liquid left with 2.
Archer can recover that rifle as well. Just SMGs for the last 2 on Liquid.
I'll find you.
They're just hoping BBL will just move out of dodge, get out of this B-site's way, but they're not going to do that. They know there's a good chance where they're coming from. Elite will be the person trying to hold them down until reinforcements arrive, but it doesn't take long for Brave to be relevant. Prevalent also. Now, it's only good for one in that one. BBL get guns, and they get the round off the rip.
Nice push and pull from both sides here. BBL able to just lock down that B site. I like the idea from Liquid, though. They trigger that door, they make it seem like, okay, maybe we are actually heading back over towards C, and then they regroup towards B main, but BBL had such a good read to actually stick around, and it was quite unlucky, that fight over towards A Link as well, with both players stunned up.
Exactly right. I was mind blown by the fact that that stun didn't really do much, given that there were so many players that even though there's a lower fire rate, they got the job done.
Now we head into the full buy round for both sides. A very aggressive look over towards A Rubble. We haven't seen any Liquid presence over on that side of the map quite yet. Of course, we're only 3 rounds in.
That's fair to say. They've been going for those 3 orbs so far. Shot connects for Nats. And Power softened up a little bit for this later stage of the round.
It's only down to 10 HP now as well. Door triggered. You can see the pull back over from Waterfall towards B. But look how passively Liquid are playing. They're all the way in towards spawn. However, there's a long line sight for BBL on the other side of the map. A Rubble, completely maintained by Brave here as well. He does have the opportunity to TP away if needed with the Shrouded Step.
All this early conditioning from Team Liquid creates quite the change now. Brave, thankfully for him, is able to get out of the way. Smoke allowing Team Liquid to just move a little bit more aggressive into the space, make it their own, make themselves at home.
My ult's ready.
But they need to be quick about this because you can already see on the map, already some rotations coming through. It's Kiko to initiate this, but shut down by Brave, and he hasn't really been replied to. 53 HP down to 20, and he gets away. No way that just happens. Team Liquid are in big time trouble. 20 seconds, they've got to start to move in quickly. Reezy's got the line covered, and he hasn't yet been challenged. Only good for one, but it doesn't even matter because Brave is on the lurk all the way behind. Spike is going down, not quite. The fake Team Liquid know they're under trouble. They need to get the Spike down. They need to find another kill, find extra presence grouped up together. Nats might be finding the turnaround here. With 10 points of health, it might be alive still. But Mystic caught out to the open, calls for Yampy to do it by himself. Revealing, this could give him a chance. That's a first 2 more.
Fault line.
This could be perfect for Yampy. If he can get this, the boost of confidence could be immaculate.
BBL sticking together.
And BBL aren't on the spike anymore. Yampy's read it like a book. That's another kill. Only 1 remaining. Not much health on him, but this seems doable. He's the one that has put Elite under pressure. Yampy, that was superb.
A Red Bull clutch here for Yampy to earn that 3rd round here for Team Liquid. A round that he shouldn't have been able to secure in a 1v3. That timing through the tree was everything there as well. Just ships in the night. But how? I can't believe he pulled it off.
No. I hope we get to see a lot more Red Bull clutch where that came from. Just a testament to where this series is going to go. We'd love that, and you can see the satisfaction on the faces of Emil there. It's definitely a good way to get started and put BBL back in the rough spot, right? No money remaining for them. It's only Brave that has some sort of a rifle going on for him, and he's actually playing quite aggressive here. Has to move out the way. Able to do so. Team Liquid allow him that prospect, and now reset their pace yet again.
Force has added quite a bit of utility out of the side of Team Liquid as well for this fight over towards Mound, right? But there's been a lot of focus in these rounds for Team Liquid to actually cycle up into Kiko's ultimate. Enzo was just 1 away from that Nightfall, and they actually opt to put it into the Showstopper instead, which is a little bit, I guess it's not too surprising because realistically it is like this eco round here for BBL, right? But try to get as much as they can for now. BBL, they just sit far back. They're looking to play some sort of retake together as a team.
Brilliant. Look, if Nat's calling and has the confidence to go for these initial engagements like that, why not? It's as if he's playing Chamber or something.
It's Nats. You can't expect anything less, right?
Nats is Nats. And initialization of the attack has already taken place. BBL will be looking to hold this further back. I'm actually impressed by Team Liquid so far. Pretty much quite confident with what they've been going for. Whether that's aggressing, moving together, playing it safe. The game plan has been pretty well laid out so far, but Elite is telling us to be a little bit more cautious about that one. Maybe warning Team Liquid. Kiko, that's a rough one. Nightfall shown in, and it's for good reason. Allows Kiko to clean up with his spray. Nats will be the final player to put a player to his grave, and that's Team Liquid carrying on that pace.
A lovely hot start here for the Stallions, but BBL yet to find their footing here on the defense. And when you're looking over towards these halves for both teams, right? Attack has always been the stronger half on Lotus for Team Liquid, and you would say the same for BBL. Historically, this team has able to find that a 56% win rate on defense, and this is getting scary to me because they don't look nearly as good on the attacking side. Of course, it's a while until we swap back,
Sure.
but BBL is also an emotional team.
Yeah. Not the best of starts, but we have seen them pull off some sort of comeback before. I'm not sold just yet early in the game, but this first blood is mighty helpful. I think somehow Kiko makes it away, but it's Enzo to die, leaving Team Liquid with 3. Straight away, Nats on a little journey of his own. Oh, he's doing amazing things right now.
He is, but look at how much information. BBL, they're more than happy to play the retake towards the C site, right? Reezy has that Nightfall to work with. And they have the numbers advantage as well. Nats is so low on top of that. It's comfortable for BBL to play these numbers.
BBL, decent setup. Oh, Kiko. Playing the Matrix game, but how did Elite even find that? Was that a pixel that spotted Kiko? Could be. BBL looking more comfortable by the second. Ultimate's built up on every single one of the remaining players. Team Liquid have a lot to do here. Nats doesn't have much HP to do it with. They are well aware of what they need to do. Nats, of course, can't go down without a bang, but it's still going to be BBL's round for the taking.
Getting 2 there is criminal, though. I really saw the vision in getting the second with that swing out straight into his crosshair, but the spray not going to ring true. Now you look over towards, again, this snowball here for the likes of BBL. They've been able to cut up some of the momentum that Liquid have found. And again, Brave has been so good on this Rebel aggression. Previously, he had done it alone. Sure, there was the follow-up at times from Kushner as well. But Kushner doesn't usually stick around for those fights, right?
Nice! Yeah, some more energy from BBL. You were talking about the fact that they are energy reliant, but a bit of...
The thing, though, is that on the eco rounds, the meta has also been quite heavy on trying to even get ults up to try and shift the tide in an eco round for a team. So we could even see Team Liquid try to get that showstopper online, maybe even go for Rolling Thunder as well. See if they can switch things up, find some sort of advantage.
Seems like Team Liquid know what's up here. Some forwards placement of players here for BBL.
There.
Up into Mound, and this has caused a bit of a change. Pressure into B, trying to lure out BBL to defend with extra players here, but they've got plenty here already. They're not falling for anything. Or maybe create a different angle of attack, some extra pressure into Brave's position. Stun comes through. All this could be difficult for Brave to get out of, but he's got assistance, so they're chilling.
Well, look how comfortably BBL can actually stack over towards the C and B side of the map, right? Previously, it's not there anymore, but there was a camera that was placed down by Elite over towards A Link, and it just watches the cross from Rebel, so they know that no one's lurked up yet on the side of Team Liquid.
Damn. Okay, Nats has been finding a few of those shots.
Yeah, some of that chip damage all the way down to 10.
Good thing that Reezy invested in full shields this time around. Tripwire does spot one, but the Nightfall is a response that BBL are going for very aggressively with. Power wants to walk in, but Yampi, even though he stand up, can do quite a lot. Oh, the overdrive not really finding the answer you need. Showstopper there to interrupt it. Team Liquid might be doing the thrifty madness round to bring it all back for them. But BBL might have suppressed the Endeavor, as they themselves have got 2 players alive and they still have their rifles in play. The thing is, Nat has got his neural theft, and it just complicates the Endeavor just a little bit for the remaining BBL players off the spike, and Mystic going the full round the bout. And Nats just looks to show himself in the final moment, but I think Team Liquid have bought enough time. Mystic's position is being held. Yampi is left to do it. He's found the first one, not quite the second, and I think Brave might have it. Yes, he does. BBL avert the crisis.
1.81 seconds for that defuse was left over. Plenty of time for BBL, and Liquid, we like the idea there. I mean, that's why you see on these eco rounds, these teams will lean towards that B site. It favors a lot of that scrappiness. Some of those ults were used there as well, but trades for trades, and that was just terrifying. I mean, the fact that Kiko gets 2 there is insane.
I don't think he even meant to get Reezy there. I think he just saw Kushner zooming past him, so he just instantly pressed the trigger, and Reezy just happened to be low behind him due to the chip damage from Nats earlier. So, yeah, quite a close one and comfortable. BBL will be happy they at least guaranteed it. Team Liquid looking to go out aggressively this time around. Geeko taking some early engagements. Are they going to continue with the same pace? Yes, they are! And even quicker, rather. Rolling Thunder, Brave, forced out, so much thrown at him, but still manages to get out of the way, not taking one down with him. But look, BBL are reacting quite quickly to this. Power thought he wanted to go in for a bite, but stays out of the mess for now.
For now, but the neural theft given here on the side of Team Liquid, information garnered.
The pressures just keep on mounting. BBL not wanting to allow Team Liquid to get that spike down, so Nats is required to take an extra angle of attack. So 2v3. And Team Liquid, yes, they took a lot of space early into C, but now forced back. And BBL are the ones in charge in this round.
They are. Para also only just one away from a Rolling Thunder. He's alone on that B site. But he knows the information's given. Sure, that door was triggered, but no one's crossing.
Uh-oh. This is the best case scenario for BBL because Team Liquid are walking directly into the trap. And not being quiet about this. Pinging Herd, power to the side. It's Elite to find the first kill, make it the second as well. BBL really happy with that equalizer.
I feel like you never want to walk into Elite's site.
No.
Like, honestly, this is a player that was someone that we couldn't stop talking about during the first stage. One of the best players within our region. A big reason as to why BBL was able to finish in that 3-3 standing within Group Alpha.
Enemy remaining.
And, I mean, the headshots tell the entire story, right? I know it's not a statistic that we like to point out too often, but the consistency at which he's able to hit those and the numbers that he's able to put out while doing it say so much.
Oh, BBL actually challenging very far forwards into this Brave. A ballsy play by him, illustrated by his name as well, quite brave. The Team Liquid are wondering what the next angle is here. Yeah, they kind of invested halfway into this round. So they wouldn't mind doing as much damage as possible, but BBL are budging. They've got all four players nearby posted up different angles. Team Liquid, if they're not careful, they're in big trouble. Mystic trying to open things up, but he won't account for Kushina's angle. Perfectly played. BBL catching Team Liquid by surprise. Flash comes in, a bit delayed. Yampi forced out into the open, where there are more BBL players waiting. Somehow Nats keeps it competitive, but that's going to be two survivors for BBL, edging ahead from their opponents.
This is where BBL tend to thrive here as well. In a lot of these scrappy rounds, when it comes down to these firefights, no matter how much utility is being thrown out. Now, got to take a beat because we're tied up. BBL, or we're nearly tied up. One away here for Team Liquid as they go into their full buy, but it's in 4 rounds in a row that BBL have been able to find that momentum since that timeout that Liquid had actually called.
That's true, right? I mean, that's what you always need to think about with these timeouts, is that there's also the ability of your opposing team to talk with the coaching staff and figure out a lay of the lands. And you've got to be a little bit careful with
this round as well, right? He's got that Odin on. That's when he starts to frag out. That's the first thing. Second, we've got that Nightfall just off of 1 to coming to fruition. They like to lean over towards the C orb here as well, respecting the one way for now. But a different look, BBL, they've taken B main control. You already see Para poised and ready with that fault line in case they have contact.
I'm just waiting to see what Enzo can do with this Odin.
Well, we've changed the setup here as well, right? You see Elites on the other side of the map. One of the first times we're seeing him sit over towards A.
Well, the camera is helping him in this defense attempt. BBL confident to hold on to the other side. This is going to be a retake approach for sure. So Team Liquid will be given free real estate here. I just wonder how far forwards they're looking to go into, right? There's the option of moving into stairs as well, but I think they just want to make sure they can get the spike down first. BBL have transitioned very quickly onto the A site already, to the back of it at least. The stun comes out. Mystic is wondering, does he go away? Does he move away? He doesn't, which does cost his life. Reezy, super aggressive off the back of the Rolling Thunder. Makes it a triple kill with Yampi standing alone, wondering what the hell has happened to his teammates. Finds the same fate as them, and Andalusia flawless by the Turkish team of BBL.
It was a gorgeous trap play coming out from BBL. They have Elite set up on that site for the information just to stall out a little bit while everyone else went searching for space on the other side of the map. They had the read that it would be towards that A site, and it's such a tight site to fight on as well that the Rolling Thunder just finds so much value paired with that neural theft. All Reezy had to do was shoot.
Plain and simple. And the ball is just rolling right now. 5 in a row. Team Liquid need to interrupt this pace. 2 rounds remaining in the half. And if they want to keep the trend of having success on this attacking side and give them the best chances of closing out this map. Damn, look how far forward Mystic has gone into, but everyone is losing their fights in every single front. BBL has completely taken over.
Again, once they find this momentum, once they find this energy, they're such an emotional team that they just continue to drive forward, and Team Liquid have yet to stop the bleeding. These rounds have been over within the first like 45 seconds. We really haven't had a long round whatsoever. BBL consistently take the fight to them.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest, it felt like Team Liquid tried to take the fight to them in some ends. BBL took the fight to Team Liquid in other ends, but BBL won everywhere. That's the crucial part, winning these duels, the confidence exuberating.
Find you.
1 round and a half, and Team Liquid not much to work with.
I mean, they do have a Nightfall,
Sure.
at the very least. Something that we've kept our eyes on. Cycled up into that Rolling Thunder for Yumpy as well.
And BBL have aggressed so far out of the B side already. Team Liquid need to be careful. You might expect the aggression of 1, 2 players. You expect a third, though. Kushner thinking better of it, and so does the rest of his team. This Rolling Thunder is going to come out, and BBL know of it. They've vacated this site entirely, and this is not going to affect them.
No, they can easily flood back onto this site.
And that's exactly what Elite has done. He knows where Mystic is posted up. This Aftershock forcing him back. A great piece of utility to allow Team Liquid an extra piece of comfort, but they've used a lot already, and the spike hasn't gone down yet.
Nightfall for Nightfall.
At least Yampy has got a couple of flashes of his own, but BBL have got a lot more coming. The Paranoia is the first piece of utility to be thrown in as the spike does go down. Yampy with first blood of the round, and he wants to keep that pace going. Team Liquid wanting to turn things around, but Reezy comes off huge. It's power on the hot seat, with Team Liquid looking to flood all around him. It's Mystic with a final shot. Team Liquid also with a final round of the half.
It got scary there.
Yeah, it did.
I mean, both of those teams ripping that Nightfall. No one can hear a thing of what's going on. And it was a nice hold from Team Liquid, anticipating the flood back onto site from BBL that you can see here into this replay. Considering the fact that that's how the pacing has been for the last several rounds where BBL found their success. And Team Liquid, they chose to take a pause and set back up. Now we head into the second pistol, though. Second half here. And 7-5 half, Team Liquid, they earned that pistol round. It could easily be 7-7.
And this is where we get to see Kushner's Neon
Right
come
there.
out as well on the attack.
Right there.
How aggressively can break through these lines of defense that Team Liquid can set up. And it's Team Liquid that look to take precedence here. Demand space of their own, and it's paying dividends. Kika finding the first shot, somehow surviving, but not for long. Enzo retrieves it right back up, so trades go in favor of the Stallions.
This is where Team Liquid will look to shine. BBL, they often rely on some more of that aggression towards Rubble.
Trades done. Oh, still the kill for BBL?
Yumpy solo.
Yampy. Oh, out into the open, and I think BBL have just turned the tables around. They're the ones on top, they're the ones with the numbers. Nats caught off by Reezy's aggression. He is online today. And Mystic is in trouble. Seemingly BBL having the exact read on his positioning, all 3 players looking directly at him.
Honestly, just probably looking to deny another ult orb over towards Reezy. He's so low to the point where Reezy's either gonna die to Mystic or try and take him out, and just try and deny cycling up into that Nightfall as early as possible.
Well, Mystic has been on the down low for quite long enough, so BBL will be checking all angles, and Elite has definitely got that one covered out. BBL finding themselves the second pistol of this game.
Pistol for a pistol, 1 each for both sides now. But I like the contact play coming out from Team Liquid over towards B main there. And I think it may have been even a little bit of a surprise to see so many BBL players actually waiting. Typically, this team likes to favor that heavy Rubble control early in the round, or they anticipate the defenders to fight for it as well. And then we've seen them have a little bit of difficulty on attack, pivoting their plan when they actually don't get played into.
I think when talking about BBL, we've seen a bit of development from that aspect, right? Being able to have multiple identities within a map itself, not being that one-dimensional. a reason why they've leveled up so much this year, gotten some good wins under their belts. Not so much this stage so far, but they have been contesting some of the biggest teams.
Well, we're definitely seeing it on Lotus right now, the adjustment even from the last time we saw them on this map, which was against KC, that 6-13 loss. But again, a loss to a team like KC as well can teach you so much.
It can.
Gotta go.
Team Liquid thinking like they've got the read here. BBL have played them like a fiddle. And going directly to the other side of the map, we'll find it fairly open. The cam will eventually reveal them. I feel like Nats is already looking that direction.
We got to keep an eye on Brave's location as well. Sure, Team Liquid, of course, they're going to stick together on their eco, play as a pack, and see if they can find as much as possible. But he's actually not going to be sticking around towards that A site, looking to regroup with the team. Of course, he is one of the players with a rifle, right? He doesn't want to give one away for free.
30 seconds left.
The Desk touched on this a lot as well in the pre-game. Team Liquid and BBL, both of them are fighting for a spot in playoffs, barely making it through last time around, and I think they know how fine margin it is in that middle of the pack field where a round makes a difference, a map makes a difference, let alone a series. Yes. So yeah, it's squeaky bum time, whatever match they're playing, and this is a great opportunity for them to get ahead with a match against each other.
That's for certain, because you look back towards stage one, you think about BBL and how that went for them previously. They locked out at that 4th place. They had a tough time in their last matchup where we expected it to be a much closer game up against Foot. And then for the likes of Team Liquid, sure, they make it to playoffs, but there's that daunting knockout round, right, where they ended up falling 1-2 versus Fnatic. But these teams have a lot to prove. Trying to break out of that middle of the pack.
That goes there.
Well, status score improved a little bit by the end of that round for Team Liquid, getting a couple of kills and keeping most of their players alive, not handing over orbs. So economy on a knife's edge on both sides.
I mean,
This goes here.
it's round 3, right? Of course,
Sure.
BBL are going to look really good with the bonus that they have because they did invest 3 of those rifles into the last round. Team Liquid, this is where they look for the more aggressive look over towards A. Brave is alone, but again, with that utility being thrown off the gate the one way, will be respected.
Good.
BBL are thinking about it. Kushin are not quite pulling the trigger, waiting for the spray to come its way forwards. It's actually quite deep into a corner already. BBL, though, I've got another fight in mind. The C site is where they're going for.
The ping's going out for the C site, right? Seeing if they're going to cross over.
At least it's a trade here. A fickle game. Mystic answers back against Brave, and Reezy hasn't got an opportunity to trade it back himself. The stun avoided. Prowler stopped. BBL not too far back here, given that they've got so much space control.
But what's the plan? The Spike still lingering outside of C alone.
Uh-oh, Nats might be a little bit closer than Reezy may expect. Prowler not checking the corner. Nats is just going to wait a little while to see if he can make his presence known. Enzo has wrapped around and he's got Yampy to work this job with him. And it's Reezy to try and confront them. Enzo, though, with the Odin, comfortable as ever. And Para and Elite will look to see what they can do here. 2v4.
2 flashes and the Aftershock available here for Para.
And 2
they know
kills.
no one's backstabbing over towards A lane.
Not required, but player on this BBL side. Elite, maybe the first to show his ground. Readjusts and finds 2. Uh-oh. Team Liquid, a bit of a bad approach into that one, and BBL are taking advantage of it. Can Para make it work? He's still got a flash for him. Mystic is able to find the return, but I think BBL might have bought enough time. Stun available for him. If he shuts down Mystic, down Nats is off the spike, but I think it's been diffused halfway, which allows Team Liquid to get back on track with a Mystic, the final player remaining.
Fine margins, and timing was everything there. Para was hiding in that smoke, smoked off for quite a while, unable to actually help Elite on site and not having the timing to actually push through to get the backstab and save his life. It was right down to the wire. But man, on the side of BBL, these are the last 2 players that you do want to be in those situations, in that deficit in numbers, but what a way for Liquid to pull it back.
Yeah, I mean, BBL definitely made it difficult.
It was an expensive round for Liquid, though, at the same time.
And that's why they've only got 2 Vandals from this round. The rest having to be comfortable with Guardians and Bulldogs.
Defaults here. Liquid very happy to give up that B site. Gonna trigger that trap wire early on. Put that pressure, force some players to cover their ground. My eyes are on the reposition here for Enzo, backside of A. They'll be moving back over so he can take the rope up if the execution does come through, but BBL are still looking to sync up. Para walking up B alone with the spike here, though, is terrifying.
It is. Imagine if you lose a spike, but imagine if you kill both of the players in front of you. Oh my goodness. And Team Liquid all of a sudden are lost in this round. BBL can just take over, move into B, get the spike down, and get rid of this round already.
I mean, the B pivots have been lovely coming out from BBL. They re-clear towards B main. They take that A link control consistently.
Yeah, Team Liquid having a hard time.
Cover going out.
Trying to give them a little bit more leeway. Paranoia, it's good to deter Para's vision for a little bit, but he hasn't shown his mark just yet. No, maybe he has. Oh, Mystic thought he could get the one shot here with a shorty, but it just isn't the case. Team Liquid have to drop back. If Mystic would have gotten that kill, maybe Team Liquid could have gone in for the attack, but I think they just call it off right after that. It's going to be the round win for BBL, double digits to be here, and Team Liquid starting to trail further and further behind.
Yeah, money's not looking so good. Nats really has to save this Vandal. At the very least, it manages to take Q-Sure down with him. But Enzo's also stuck saving a Guardian into the next round. No! Guys, hold on.
Uh-oh.
Just at the lip. That's so unfortunate.
At least they're smiling, right?
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is sometimes,
Sure,
right?
yeah.
We got to remember also that Lotus is the map pick of Team Liquid here.
That's very true. Then they have to go into the Turkish bread and butter, the Ascent.
However, Pavlos, to be fair, BBL have not been looking too hot there over in Italy.
I don't know, was that a bet lost or something? Still. A chance for BBL to just extend their lead here. No matter if Team Liquid can find any damage. They bunched up together, a bit of a risk to be taken this round to give them sort of the best chance of gaining anything substantial out of this one. Now it's left alone onto the C side, and that's where BBL are fancying their chances.
Team Liquid are going to start to go looking, though. They clear out towards B main. 4 people stacked there. Again, this is a set. Whoa, hold on.
The headshot did connect. And Mystic is in trouble. Avoids the Rolling Thunder.
I know
Not
exactly
too shabby. Although BBL have the advantage in the fact that Nats has been taken down, and so has Enzo. It clears out the site completely for BBL to just walk in. Oh, the bravado execution is play. It's just amazing at this point. And it's an Andalusia flawless round to just keep that lead going for BBL.
The laughs and smiles on stage there for BBL. Again, the momentum has not really stopped for them whatsoever. 1 to 2 rounds here and there for the side of Team Liquid, but it's been BBL all the way. And again, we have to remember, Team Liquid, they expended both of their timeouts already in that first half. BBL are, I feel like, unless Liquid start to make some sort of comeback, they're not going to give them that opportunity to have a chat themselves and continue forward with the momentum. But at the very least, we look towards the snowball for Liquid. A heavy fight for Rebel control.
Oh, Brave, going very far forwards. And Kiko wasn't ready for it. A lot thrown at him, utility and all. So unable to take even fights here. And BBL, whatever confrontation they take, they come out their head. It's insane. Mystic having to do a lot here. Hero work, but only good for one. And Nats now on the captain slot. Will have to do it all by himself. And I'm afraid they don't really have many rounds to do it.
You can feel the confidence brimming there for BBL, the fact that they're just searching for those fights, for those duels. And with the one way, there isn't much Nats can do. And with no money in the bank for any of the players as well, this Phantom is a must-save as a hero rifle into the next round.
Honestly, it's a bit concerning for Team Liquid. Their chances for making playoffs aren't over with this loss, but with a win, it increases their chances dramatically. BBL, on the other hand, looking quite happy about how things are going so far. With this spike explosion, it'll put them on map point on their opponents' map pick. And maybe they'll get to show us if they've improved and by how much on Ascent. Double the amount of rounds that Team Liquid have gathered so far for BBL.
We also have to look towards one of the main differences here for BBL as well, right? We've got Kushner on this Neon previously. He was running the Rays on this map. And it gives that opportunity to go for a lot more of those faster rotations, those quicker pivots towards B, the surprise dashes in towards that A link as well. But look how heavily this time 4 players on Team Liquid look to fight for a more than happy to give it up.
Yeah, they are. They realize that Team Liquid want to go for something aggressive here, demand that space, and they're like, sure, have it. We're just going to go directly the other way.
I mean, also when you see the paint shell being thrown out by Kiko there, you're like, okay, I'm out of here. I don't want to deal with that showstopper.
And Nats has a decision to make here. Does he stick around trying to do damage? He's stuck around, and Mystic feels a false sense of security to move in, which ends up losing his life. Nats has been able to find the first kill, and now he's got smokes to work with off the back of the neural theft. Kiko might want to throw in a showstopper of his own. Can he stop the show, though? Second tick of the neural theft, and it's enough to get Kiko enough information to get the kill. Still, power to the back of the site is amazing with this hold. Enzo has to do it all by himself, and he will not be able to do it. Power with the ace closes the map.
Consistent on this map for either of them, and we look towards this pistol round to start things off, right? Looking at BBL on the attacking side, first it's a very deep setup that Nats has towards that B site, and Team Liquid, they go searching for information mid.
They do indeed. It's Yampi to be the spearhead of this attack. Takes a little bit of damage and opts out of the fight, while BBL look to switch up the pace over to this B site. Power gets spotted early, so make sure that he's got some cover, as the smoke from Kiko may allow him to move out of there. But Kiko, yes, he wasn't vulnerable to the first shot, but the second one from Kushner was enough to put him to an early grave. BBL, they haven't quite made the decision to move into this B site yet. They're being very meticulous about it, which has bought time for Mystic to start to angle an attack from the back line. Brave only just breaking Nat's tripwire.
They've only got a camera to watch that flank as well. It's just checked.
And they will be looking to see if they can isolate Mystic, while Brave goes in for the fight against Nats. A successful first fight, which BBL will be happy about. They'll get the spike down, and Team Liquid unable to put the pressure on, dropping 2 players. Mystic, that's the first shot. Now Elite takes the corner, takes the fight, but is not able to take Mystic down. He'll end up dropping to Braves' hands, and it's BBL with first blood.
Well done to pause after taking that B control. Just see if Team Liquid would maybe start to flood in early, and they waited for those fights to come to them. Looks like we might expect a similar buy going into the anti-eco, but again, to start off the pistol round here for BBL on their map pick is huge, considering the momentum that they found in that last map over on Lotus.
There's definitely energy on that side of the table, that side of the stage rather. Well, BBL have got that energy for them. Team Liquid seem that they're still happy to take these early fights. Skirmishes, keep BBL on their toes, although this time they won't be going to fall into the attacker's hands. It's Elite that opts out of taking that fight early, and the A site is handed over freely, though Elite can still do a little bit of damage here. I mean, he doesn't have much to lose either, right? Just the ghost, and he ends up with 1 before he drops. Team Liquid look for an upgrade. At least it's better than a classic, so Kiko will be taking that. Let's see if they can find any more damage in this one. BBL grouped up, bunched up. And Team Liquid making a lot of noise as they look to approach, but yeah, they're just going to wait for the spike to explode.
Yeah, they're just looking to get those exit frags here, right? Nats will be the one to pressure the exit towards CT, anticipating BBL to fall back in towards A main instead, where they will be met by 3 players just looking to steal the guns out of their hands. Overall, though, I want to get your take on it, Pavlos.
Yeah, give it.
I mean, we're seeing vanilla ascent on the side of BBL, right?
Yeah, sure.
But then, how are you feeling about Kiko being on that ISO? Because I think the desk was talking about it as well. We were quite surprised at that fact. And as I say that, all those weapons lost for BBL. That is a tough look to lose those two rifles.
True. I'll answer your question though. Kiko was a madman the previous split when he was playing in Challengers North under Apex. He wasn't, you know, the best in Ascension, but he did a lot of damage. Now, obviously, you think he deserved the step up, but the fact that there have been so many high-end duelists coming in from the Challenger Leagues this season, it's been hard for him to stand out. So there's a lot of pressure on him to actually match that performance. But now on that ISO, he might have a better chance of doing that.
It's possible. A lot of heavy presence already shown here by BBL over towards this A site, but Nats has also shifted over. Got a tripwire for mid for A main. BBL take a pause.
been suppressed.
Well, they know at least there's one nearby, but can they expect that there's 3 Team Liquid defenders in this proximity? Nats doesn't even fall victim to Kushner. The blind is superb from Mystic, allowing Kiko to do his thing on an upper level. Reezy will try and take the fight, takes a lot of damage off of him. Yampi brings out the Outlaw, and Team Liquid deliver, finding their first round of this map.
That was a lovely cleanup, and so much impact to be found from Kiko on top of Raptors there as well, playing with that double tap, refreshing that shield, allowing him to take that additional damage. Now as we head into the next round, BBL forced onto a save. They're going to look to maybe build up as many ultimates as they can. The idea was there from Kushner. Nax was just too quick to look up.
One enemy remaining.
But this is a different iteration, I feel like, that we've seen of Team Liquid just as they've grown throughout this season. I feel like right now they're also synergizing quite well together.
Yeah, they're starting to move like a unit, working around those early, difficulties that you do find when you do set up a new roster. Both of this team sort of trying to battle the identity crisis, and I think BBL is getting closer to that end. Team Liquid still on the experimenting edge. But yeah, this is going to be a difficult one. Kushner is going to be asked to do a lot here, as he's the only player holding a Vandal. Nat smoked out, but doesn't care. Wow, brilliant stop there due to the tripwire as well. An extra angle was taken to that defense, which was enough to make this round look pretty damn clean from Team Liquid.
That it does. Again, now we look to see what we have to work with here. Enzo's gonna cycle up into that Odin. You'll love to see it. But the little replay here as well, Nats had repositioned over into tree, making sure that he was gonna be dodging that 0 point that came through, guaranteeing that the trip would still be active on the execute.
Here.
Well, Team Liquid look like they want to be moving into what makes everyone comfortable. As he did mention, Enzo, Odin time. And this is the perfect map to do it. He's already spraying some shots, warning shots against Elite, saying, don't even bother coming through B. And a spread out early attempt from BBL to gain information. And Yampi goes even further forwards. Look at that, Kiko. Can he win this 1v1? Para is going to stand still, and it's Kiko to win it. And Team Liquid play off of the advantage. Kushner tries to challenge Kiko and actually buys a lot of space. He's moved in all the way into the back line. You can see Endo trying to challenge it, but Team Liquid have got to balance this pressure with Reezy moving up into short. It's Nats to deliver the finishing blow. But BBL have gone all the way around into the safe site. 2 angles of attack. Team Liquid try to fend off 2 different places, but it's Mystic to instantly get traded. BBL, can they draw it right back up? Kushner, low in health. Elite is the one to put BBL right back into even footing, but Kushner's aggression doesn't pay dividends, and it's Team Liquid that have got the numbers. Elite trying to close up the gap to take this fight to them, but cannot connect the shots, allowing Team Liquid to take the lead.
There's a great read from Team Liquid as well, just to check back over towards that window. I love that play. We saw the smoke over towards tree, and Team Liquid, they choose to play in it, aware of the fact that Kushner was in that back line, avoiding the possibility of getting pinched and punishing whoever pushes through. And I mean, it's unfortunate for Kiko that he didn't have anyone watching his back there, but to even find the success in that duel within the kill contract made all the difference.
Did indeed. I didn't notice that's how Enzo got the final kill, just jumping Rambo style and finding, of course, bullets through the wall to end up with a guarantee. Kiko to the back of site, trying to clear out Brave, but Kushner's pretty damn quick on that approach. BBL have switched up the pace entirely, but Enzo is showing why he's so damn dangerous on the Odin. And this round has gone out of control for BBL. Team Liquid putting their foot on this B site and saying no one shall cross when Enzo is on the Odin here, and Para is left with a sheriff in hand.
I mean, such a quick turnaround, right? There really isn't anything that you can do with 3K there for Enzo to tidy things up and maintain this advantage here for Team Liquid.
I love that he looks at the camera and says, yeah, that's the way to do it.
I mean, that is such a big part of the B main control that Team Liquid have been trying to find, right? Enzo goes for the spam, and it allows previously Yumpy to walk up, find a bit of that information, poke and prod a little bit there as well, and the recon dart there was perfect from Enzo. As we wrap up this replay, we do also see BBL calling a timeout, the first one that they've called within this series.
Nice, Enzo, nice.
Yeah. few words of affirmation. It's good.
You expect Para to be popping that ultimate on the KO for that execution. And it looks like, based on this positioning, Yumpy wants to get ahead of the play here in mid.
He does indeed. Let's see how free-flowing he will look here. The smoke is perfect to allow BBL to cross through, but Yumpy doesn't care about smokes. The smokes are just an abstract concept for him. Kiko moves in, but doesn't matter to Kushner. Spray transfer is perfection. But Enzo wants to reply. No, it's actually Reezy's Hunter's Fury. But still, it's BBL ahead here. They've done magnificent work to shut down Team Liquid aggressing in mid.
Especially because that null command could deny the Hunter's Fury in return on that plant. It's not going to be used.
Spike planted.
Team Liquid are struggling to find this opening. Yumpy softened up from earlier. We'll second guess his entry attempts.
Player standing.
And it's Para's bullets through the bottom end that end up killing Yumpy. So this is going to be a strong round for BBL. They took the time out, they had the read, they just switched up the pace, put pressure into mid, and it was exactly what they needed to end up with a round win.
That it is, and they're actually looking to hunt Enzo down, knowing that he's going to be trying to save this operator for Yumpy into the next round. But at the same time, what's a bit dangerous about that is that they don't have the money to deal with, but when it's elite going for you, not much you can do.
Not much you can do at all. Enzo was hoping to save that to the next round. Not going to be happening. So the 4-round streak of Team Liquid just stopped by BBL. But let's have a look at this one again, because an insane shot there by Kushner. Not only connecting the first headshot onto Kiba, but keeping that spray transfer going and getting the second to end up on top. Not only that, but he gets a second kill to guarantee this round for them. Brilliant stuff. Team Liquid not going to be so comfortable this time around.
No, definitely not. Different coverage this time, too. Smoke towards bottom mid. Yumpy's not going to challenge it this time, not after how the last look went. Full mid control here, comfortable for BBL. Tree contested by 2 players. You do have Mystic with a Paranoia available in case Nats gets in trouble.
Kushner not quite fancying his chances. Reezy. Good. Our drone spotting out 2 players. Oh. Hunter's Fury enabled by Enzo. First tag successful, but it's Reezy to find first blood out in mid. Nats gets caught out. Kiko tries to reply, but in the meantime loses his teammate. That's the spike, so it does mean that BBL need to get into shaky ground to retrieve it, but they've got the numbers, and with the smoke it covers their ground.
Yeah, but look at how far Yumpy has walked out here as well. Of course, there is a trip to stall him. Just the pressure that he's looking to put to fall back, knowing that they are at that numbers disadvantage. Sync back up with the team towards A.
Well, the broken trip does lure BBL to keep an extra set of eyes in that direction, but the A site is seemingly the BBL plan of attack. Team Liquid might have read this though. Enzo holding out the right corner. That's a good pre-fire shot onto Kushner, but Kiko is in trouble to the back of the site, leaving Yumpy alone. And he's got a less than optimal weapon to work with on this 1v3 clutch. What? Did that connect? It did!
Okay.
Elite down to 4 HP. And Odin picked up, and that's the perfect one if you want to shut down low players.
Vandal in hand now as well. Para and Elite are so low.
Does he know it though? Oh, I think the recon landed right on him. Not the recon, rather the attack from the cam. But it's enough to put BBL back into equalization. 2 rounds in a row.
What a change. This mid control has done wonders for the side of BBL. It was a nice call from Para as well to shift over to that A site, knowing how much of a threat they had at B, that someone had pushed up so far. They didn't know how many players either.
30 seconds.
They opt for the safer option. Neck and neck though. And it's a...
Yeah, I don't know. I was just going to talk about the fact that BBL have been putting a lot of pressure onto teams, but they haven't ended up with many match wins, right? I think they're on a...
Now, on the attacking side of BBL, Team Liquid, they have that opportunity to kind of regroup and take their own pace.
I see what he did there. Yumpy back on the op. Opportunity to see what he can do with this one. Very far backwards. Back in his own spawn. Only Zhao now making his way into mid. Team Liquid fancying maybe a move out into short where Kushner has his sights on. Spike left behind, so no real intention of going anywhere aggressive just yet. Yumpy spots out some movement. Kushner takes the chance, and it works out wonderfully. Kiko getting out of trouble here. But is this enough to just launch BBL ahead?
And the double tap about to expire here as well.
Well, Kiko trying to aggressing out in short. Now we'll do it outside of A main. This time with assistance. And that's having his back. Oh, Brave gets away in time. Team Liquid are going to clear out A main here and realize no one is there. Is that going to allow Team Liquid to move to B on time? There's only one defender. This crunch at mid could be a little bit damaging. Mystic won't be able to stop it all from happening. He will be able to cross, but he needs to be there to help Enzo do his thing to the back of the site. Onoden, the perfect opportunity to keep things going. He tried to keep things quiet at the start, but Kushner is just threading the needle, time after time, 2 kills to nothing. And BBL take B-side control without a casualty to spare.
I like the idea. There was a great reposition from Enzo when they were collapsing on him, but now in a 3v5, Team Liquid need to find an opening.
Well, they do find one, but it's not without the trade on the other end. Reezy just closes that back up, makes sure that Team Liquid cannot breathe up against the wall. That's good little transition on the Brave. But I'll just wonder if BBL are going to be going for this one. They might want to go all the way around to try and pressure him. The economy isn't that bad on that end, so it will be BBL to gain the lead. But I think it's all down to Kushner there, really, right? That mid-fight as well as the hit onto Enzo in B. Too confident to just move inwards without being punished, as if there's no trouble at playing aggressively with that operator.
I mean, even just the ability to walk up mid there as well, right? Because it was Yumpy alone for the first time. Typically, we saw him paired with someone else and just not having that space, playing it so far back and getting it up very early on into the round.
One enemy remaining.
But that's the other thing with running the double duelist here on the side of Team Liquid, is that you are going to be lacking that information comparatively to when you do have the KO on the side of BBL Esports. And I get scared a little bit, I think, for the attacking side there as well, because Kushner gets up online, you have nothing to flash him off.
True. But at least now with a Vandal, he'll try and open things up a bit, and it works. Like a charm. Yampy wasn't able to see the bullet that was coming directly towards his head. Kiko is in trouble, spotted, able to get himself into cover. Kushner aggressing with his smoke and dash, but it's Brave to find the shot in. Doubles it up as well. Mystic desperately trying to keep his team alive in this one. Shock Dart doing some splash damage, but Enzo exposed with his smoke dissipating, and it's BBL to keep the tempo up.
The shift in these rounds as well with that pace is massive for BBL. We look at the fact that this team isn't afraid to just step on that gas. And again, I think Para is such a big part of a lot of these plays as well, whether he's on the KO, whether he's on the breach, on whatever map. This setup that he's able to provide Kushner on these executions, those flashes are always hitting. It's always giving an opportunity for BBL to find a comfortable opening pick. And again, Mystic, sometimes we see the paranoia being used early on. Maybe a bit more of a commitment to the retake idea is a pivot that we could see coming out from Team Liquid, but they've had different ideas to with the ebb and flow of this map, right? Again, playing more passive on this mid control. You've got the Blade Storm out here for Yumpy.
I mean, it's a good read, but still Brave has an even better one. Knows exactly what Yampy was going for. And it delivers on his end. Kiko finally finds a reply here for Team Liquid. Mystic, side angle, beautiful sidestep. But is it enough? We're still on equal ground, 3v3. Yes, BBL is softened up, but they're bunched up together, making them harder to pick up one by one. Kiko might have the cross ready for him, while Brave is lurking in the background, trying to catch Team Liquid off guard. And I think he might just be on time. Reezy is playing the safe game, waiting for his team to arrive. It's a shot to do damage. Brave is waiting for them to line up in front of him. He does reset. He thinks they now have the numbers. Just go for the from the shadows to reset and regroup with his team. Para with the angle on Enzo as he's loud about his movement. And it's BBL to win off an incredible round.
Despite the hard clear, there's no way Enzo actually expects Para to be playing so up close over towards Tree when Brave is going for that right position with the from the shadows. But just so ready. They know that Yumpy had been playing back towards mid-spawn and prepared for that updraft, knowing that the Blades were going to come out to see if he could find that pick towards top mid.
I mean, if Yampy got that first kill, it could have been a completely different story, right? Because
you lose your smokes early.
Exactly, and Team Liquid kept it competitive nevertheless, right? But now they've got guns. This is a real fight. Last round of the half. Team Liquid loses, and this becomes a very scary affair. They're already a map down. And BBL could be running up, could be running away with a quick 2-0.
Cage triggered.
I mean, 7-5, 8-4, neither are too shabby here, but again, on Ascent, you expect to rack up a couple more rounds on that defense.
Well, it's BBL now leaning towards this left-hand side. 3 players strong on their attempt to take Garage. Now, Team Liquid have placed players here before, so BBL doing their due diligence to make sure everything's cleared out. And they will be grouping up together.
And the shock dart to even take out that trip towards mid. On the side of Team Liquid to add that pressure.
It's important Kiko gets here on time. The updraft from Kushner isn't quite enough to stop Nats from shooting at him. Kiko looking to move out of the smoke. That's a ballsy move. That doesn't pay dividends. Hunter Shuri, though, tagging up a lot of the players, but not quite the finishing blow. One more chance, and it does pick up Razy. BBL down to 3 players. Now ask the question, what do they do with this? They look to move backwards, trying to go to the A site as quickly as possible. Team Liquid have grouped up in B.
But we see the cross though, so the call is going to be made for Team Liquid to rotate back over towards this A site. Enzo is alone, but they have the numbers advantage.
Enzo's just looking to chip them up a little bit, and it's enough to shut down Power. Now Team Liquid with double the amount of players on the server right now.
Drop the spike.
Okay. Looking to get that neural theft up
left.
here for Elite.
Spike planted.
Team Liquid are grouping up,
2v4.
wanting to make this fight as hard as possible for BBL.
Recon available.
A ball of death approaching BBL. They've spread out. This paranoia could be huge, actually. I think it catches every single one of them and allowing Elite to get a free kill. Brave has walked up to catch them off guard, and it might just be enough, but Mystic has got an ace up his sleeve and gets him and his team the 5th. Essential, absolutely essential for Team Liquid to pick up.
They can turn it around in the pistol once we swap sides, but the play was bold from BBL. The idea was there to push up, but Mystic to be the hero for the team. We're going to see it into the replay here as well. It was such a deep commitment originally towards that B site, and this Hunter's Fury coming out from Enzo was everything. His utility made a massive difference in being able to chip down the players on BBL.
Last player standing.
Nice, James. Oh my goodness. Come on, boys.
Few words of encouragement. I seem to have a grasp of this game. Well, BBL more than Team Liquid. And this pistol could actually make a big difference to the pacing of this map. BBL win this, and they might as well call it a day. Kushner will be holding out mid. The only player, no assistance in that regard. So if he does choose to go for the short peak, he may be in trouble. Team Liquid are looking with 3 forwards. Don't check the left-hand side. Oh, Kiko might have had time to adjust there, but not quite. And the dash allows Kushner to walk away. Doesn't take any damage. No. Kushner, what are you doing? All by himself. This is not the BBL show. This is the Kushner show. And Team Liquid have got nothing against it.
1v4 now for Yumpy. Little reload on the Sheriff, little reposition towards that A site. Pora is playing so far up though, tucked into Wine now as well. This is, let's see, hard clears out that spot here on Pora. The timing should be perfect for a clean round for BBL.
That's as clean as it could be, honestly. Kushner would have loved the ace, but he already did a big dent on Team Liquid's mental after that.
Well, I think the thing is you don't expect him to dash out, reposition into the exact same spot, and the shots were just so good. He was spotted out as well by the Raptors player, by the Cat player. On top of that,
Spike down.
it just looks so good. Little aim-labs moment, you know?
Yeah, I mean, if the ace came his way, that might have been the play of the year, honestly. A proper 1v5.
What's the pivot here? Walk up contact here for Team Liquid. On towards Cat.
Power there and waiting.
Yeah, I mean, well, he can just slow this down with the molly, right?
Sure, but he doesn't have the molly out. He's got his gun. We'll throw the molly out eventually. He doesn't keep the jet back. Enzo dies already. And I think BBL have got a clear idea of what is going on. Rotate around this area. A smoke has been placed to maybe allow Team Liquid to find multiple angles of exit, but no. BBL just crunch upon them, close the map around them, and just inching themselves ahead. Only one casualty for them as well that round.
Really nice response from BBL on towards Tree. Sure, the fragment comes out a little bit, I mean, you can't even say late because it's right off the back of contact, right? It just takes a little bit of time to pull that out. But then you also have Brave backing up Pora in that situation. You've got the paranoia being thrown out there as well. And such a quick pivot on the rotation from the rest of the team to clean up. And this is where we gotta have our eyes on Team Liquid once again. The buy to come through. Haven't been able to find much cycling into any of these ultimates early on either, with how dominant these BBL rounds have been for the last two since we swapped sides.
Well, Team Liquid. Oh no!
Kushi is on one right now.
Insult to injury. Kushner, even up against ISOs, he doesn't care. He is enabled today. He's still alive. He doesn't really need to get out. He knows there's a chance that he can end up on top. Reezy there to support him. Mystic, he really wanted that kill, but it does cost him his life. Team Liquid losing player after player. Don't have an answer, even on their buy round.
I mean, you look towards Kushner's positioning, right? Previously, he was playing over towards bottom mid, over towards arches, and at that point, he was often running it solo, but he had two players to back him up into that market position, and they didn't reveal themselves until Team Liquid continued to funnel and push themselves forward.
I'm just impressed. Look, Kushner, he's been an insane player. We know this, right? Even coming from previous seasons, right? We expected that Kushner would be popping off. Now, I think this is some of this best to build their confidence. Haven't been able to successfully gain a streak of wins, right? Kickoff was a hard time. They did make it into playoffs, but barely, right? It was a, I don't know, 5-way tie. We had so many teams battling for that spot in their group. And, you know, it's been hard for them to catch up against other teams. Now, we know their players have got a lot of potential, but it hasn't just clicked the way that we know it could. And BBL will take full advantage of this. They've done marvelously so far. And with weapons this round, it might just make it a little bit easier. Kiko, he was stuck in that position. Mystic as well, somehow gets away with his life, or at least stays with his life intact. And BBL not over-aggressing here, which is also a note to take from them. They've got the advantage. They know they don't have to be overzealous here.
Look at Nats's positioning right now over at Cat. Tree's empty. He's just waiting. They call the pause here outside of the A site. See if they can maybe draw a rotation away from BBL. They contact up. BBL look like they're starting to bite. Nat's about to be revealed.
Doesn't seem like BBL are budging though.
Nope. Jump spot here as well. They won't expect Kushner on the left.
They're pretty damn strong on
30
both sides, and with a trip in mid, there's no surprise here for Team Liquid. BBL have got it all covered. Smoke on one end, and this is where Yampy looks to move in. Kushner doesn't show his ground. Oh, Yampy tried to interrupt it, but Brave is there to secure the deal. This is clean. Yeah, Team Liquid, no chances in this one. Nats will try and take a couple down with him, successful in doing so. He started off the series with a few explosive kills, but this is simply not good enough. This could be their final buy round, their real chance of getting back into this game here.
I mean, you even saw Pora poisoned already in that smoke over towards Tree, ready to pop that flash in case things did go awry on site. One away from match point now for BBL. They've had 4 rounds in a row. They stole away the bonus, and it's looking tough.
10 seconds.
BBL just want to make it their home ground again. Make everybody know why this has been the Turkish map since its inception.
Breaking down.
I think something that we've been missing as well is, sure, okay, we just saw the vulnerable being thrown out there by Kiko, but we haven't seen much of the contingency, the wall to come through. A lot more of the util that we've seen on that ISO pick has revolved around that double tap.
And so finding success in the defense with his Odin. On the attack, a little bit harder to do.
I think it's just been a bit of a struggle for Team Liquid to find opportunities to scale up, but look at the positioning. Bypass that trip here, Brave.
No one is looking towards him either. They don't think this is a prospect. They don't think there's a chance that Brave has snuck past. So Team Liquid, focused, tunnel visioned in mid. This could be a big deal. Brave has even got a second chance to shut down Kiko. That's 2 kills to nothing. Team Liquid, this should have been their chance. This should have been their round to bring them back into this game, but I think it's just been smashed onto the wall.
No way to flash Kushner off this angle.
Grounded.
And Kushner will make this hold his own. Team Liquid losing players left and right and center.
Oh, the tuck back in. Oh, he gets tagged up, has to dash back away. Not looking to fight that Odin.
Oh, good read by Enzo, expecting that Kushner will bounce back. So does give them a chance. Power's got the backline covered though, not allowing them to move anywhere. Spike left behind as well. Mystic in big trouble. Even if he does collect the spike and end up on site this round, it's not going his way.
They can hunt him perfectly.
Shadows traveling.
BBL not know what to do. Oh, the lying down. Yeah, you've put a smoke to give you a chance to keep this weapon. But I wouldn't be surprised if Power actually goes for this. Mystic won't be able to survive. BBL have not dropped a single round on their defense so far.
Match point here for BBL. Team Liquid, tough looks with their economy going into this round. Sure, might be able to muster a rifle or two, but we look into this replay here as well, right? The idea was there, but the response was so good from BBL. That positioning, the walk out of A main like that for Brave was everything. Not even having someone close enough to hear the TP over that trip.
I mean, it seems to be some positive mental attitude there, at least in words, but in their heads, this can't feel too comfortable. They know this is not where Team Liquid wants to be, where any of these players wants to be.
Look at this high-low setup over towards A as well. They're maybe expecting Team Liquid to have pushed over towards A main, try to deny the control that BBL were previously taking from them, so they make the adjustment. They pull a little bit further back.
Yampi assisted with Mystic, moving into short. Kushner has got the perfect angle for this. Sideline covered.
They're baiting them in.
Funneling them exactly where they want them. Slight adjustment to avoid the cam. And goes in for a bite. No, good smoke, but he can be above it. That's a quick kill for Kushner. Kiko trying to bring a 1v1. He's won it last time, and he will win it again. Brave on the backside. Team Liquid eager to get around on the board, but surely they need to take it a lot further than that. Kushner looking to cause more trouble with his blades, but unable to do so. He can opt out of this. He can just walk away and hand this round over to Team Liquid. They've got many more rounds to go for, but they don't care. They just want to give this a fight. Because if they make a 2v4 work, now that is a statement and a half. BBL aren't a team to play around with, toy around with.
Nat's at half health as well. There is the Hunter's Fury here for Enzo, but he's not in position to use it.
Well, the Fencer was out in the open there. That could have been a potential kill by Kushner, but Nats has got the angle right. The pre-fire comes in from the Jet, but Elite has to trade it. Not much time on the clock. Elite will try and find the kills. Is there time for the defuse? No way. No way there's time for the defuse.
There's plenty of time
for the defuse. There's plenty of time for the defuse. BBL, a 4v2 clutch to start their redemption story.